This is breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.
And the history of the organization and who's coaching over there, and they do have a lot of players that can make plays, so it's just one of those games that you got to kind of dive into the tape and make sure you know who you're playing against. That way you don't get fooled thinking that, based off of the 1-4 record, that it's going to be an easy game. And then just based off the way we've been playing, we need to focus more on what we got going on, versus what everybody else is doing and that type of stuff. And I feel like that'll help us be consistent more consistently.
How are you feeling coming out of the last game? Still progress health-wise?
Yeah, making progress. A little sore, but still making progress.
Jacoby is going through this week what you did kind of last week with all the attention, going against the former team, all that. Have you kind of talked to him, shared what your experience was?
I mean, my experience wasn't anything like what it was supposed to be, so it is what it is on that. But, yeah, we don't really talk too much about it. We treat everybody the same. Everybody gets same treatment when we get out there as far as the attention we give them and the intensity we play with. So, it's not something that we're going to sit there and chop it up too much about. I mean, he played for him, and I played for the Packers. It kind of is what it is.
So it's a much different team, with a couple adjustments, but just based on playing the Patriots last year, what were some things that you noticed that they did well as a defense?
They play well together. They're coached well, so obviously they have a good scheme, do a pretty good job. I haven't really had a game against the Patriots yet where I feel like I had, a game that I was hoping to have. So, they obviously understand who's meant to do what and, who's who in the zoo, as we say around here. So at the end of the day, you got to find ways to still make it happen and not use it as an excuse to not, having certain guys be able to produce regardless. So you just got to get a plan together and execute it.
He's been pretty productive so far this season in the games he's been healthy. What do you think's allowed him to have so much success early on?
Just being ready. I mean, he's a really good player, and he's one of those guys that take it serious throughout the week. With the film study and knowing who he's going against and the intensity that he brings every snap is it's a winning intensity and winning intentionality to what he does too. So makes it easy, and if guys that take plays off, that might be the one where the quarterback was looking to you, and he doesn't really do that. So it makes it a lot easier on the quarterback in our team.
Tay, I know you spoke a lot about winning mentality, and obviously it was just one win, but it was a very important win, especially when you look at the calendar. Did you stop for a second and remind players of that feeling and say this is what we need to feel like all season?
Well, yeah, I mean, we obviously want to try to bundle up that feeling as much as possible, but what I said more was about, not even making it as close as what it was, because a game like that, we need to have some type of convincing victories. That way we can really hold on to that feeling, not the feeling of just squeezing out. Obviously, defense did a great job coming through in the clutch at the end of the game, but we didn't do much to help them out there, and we haven't been this year. So that's more what I'm focused on, rather than just squeezing victories by and being happy at that. I feel like there's more to take from a game than just a win or loss. Depending on, you can be on either side. Obviously, you'd rather win regardless, but you can win a game and look shitty, and we've done that too many times. So we got to start changing the way it looks.
I know you probably wish you guys could have done more offensively, but some more guys touched the ball probably than any other game this season. Is that important? Was that nice to see going forward?
I mean, yeah, it's cool, but it's not. I don't care. If 2 people touch the ball and we score 50 points, I'd rather that than have 90 people touch the ball in a game and you go out and you can't score over 20 points.
Was there something of your offense that you enjoyed, that you liked, and you said, okay, we can build off this?
I feel like we did better blocking the run and running the ball. So we just got to find a way to keep getting JJ up to the backers, and we block the safeties and do our job, and then it'll create more explosive runs. So did a little bit better job with that than what we had earlier in the season.
Thank you, Tay.
What's up, everyone? Huh?
You tricked us.
What do you mean?
Because you came out of the locker room, took a right.
I had to get a water.
Give me 9 targets that you tapped into on Sunday. I know every game kind of is unto itself, but is that ideally where you guys want to get to in terms of utilizing everybody?
Yeah, I think that's kind of, good recipe for us. Just different guys getting yards, keeps the defense on their toes. It makes it tough on those guys. So we got a lot of weapons, man. It's my job to use them.
I counted a bunch of them, and including yourself. All of you guys are new to this team, basically, except for Devontae, maybe Hunter. So does it take a little while for to get that all together?
I think it gets better with time. Obviously, just the more reps we get, the more we can talk about it, just in the locker room together, little things like that. That's kind of where we're at right now. I mean, it's done some good for us, but yeah, we still got room to grow. Definitely. I mean, we're still pretty early in the season.
But being able to connect with all these people and look for them, does that have a lot to do with your chemistry developing now and like that relationship?
Chemistry, trust. I think those are the two main things. Yeah, I mean, we come out here. A lot of our routes have different options on them, so you got to trust that the receiver, tight end, running back, whoever it is seeing the same picture you're seeing. Once they earn that trust as a quarterback, it makes your job so much easier because you can know where they're going to be, trust that they're going to be in that spot, and that's when you can play fast.
And just a completely random question, your t-shirt had a specific message. Did you purposely choose it?
Say it again?
That t-shirt you were wearing coming in, was there a reason for it, or did you just like it?
Honestly, I just like the design. It was, I don't even know what it said. I appreciate it. No,
French.
It's just, I thought it looked cool, honestly. Yeah, I'm pretty simple with when it comes to that.
You hit Michael Mayer twice in the first quarter, and then you got Hooper involved later in the game as well. How big is it getting the tight ends into the game plan and involving them in the game?
It's something that we haven't done a lot of, so I think it was a nice little change-up for us. Like I said before, it keeps the defense on their toes. They have to cover everybody, and yeah, those guys, they run hard with the ball, man, so we just got to get in their hands.
You had less time this year, sometimes in throwing the ball. What adjustments have you had to make, whether it's your internal clock or maybe adjustments that you have to do with what you want to do with your guys?
I mean, getting the protection right, obviously where it starts, the communication part of it, but just being decisive with it, I think. Knowing where I'm going with the ball, having to plan pre-snap and reacting to what they do post-snap. I mean, it sounds pretty simple, but yeah, just if you have a plan, you could usually, get rid of the ball pretty quickly.
You and Belichick obviously know each other pretty well. Do you enjoy these kind of chess matches? Do you try to surprise them, things that you're not expecting? What goes into your preparation against the guy pretty well?
I think it would be pretty hard to surprise Coach. He's been in this league for a while. Obviously, one of the best to ever do it. He's seen just about everything. So we'll do what we do. I'm sure we'll have a couple of wrinkles here and there. I'm sure they will too. But yeah, that's kind of the chess match when you play against a former coach. I've learned it's fun though, man. You got to embrace it and make the best of it.
Are you shocked with the way things are going in New England right now? Because it hasn't been often seeing them that way through the last 2 decades.
I think it is what it is. They've been in some close games though. It could get skewed by if you just look at their record. But when you look a little more in depth into it, they're a good team. They've been in close games with some good teams. So we got to come correct here on Sunday.
Obviously, a Monday Night Football games gives you an extra day of preparation the week before, but now you get a day less to get ready for this one. How do you go into the week planning that way?
I think the coaches do a great job. They have a good plan for us this week. Getting the stuff down today, and then tomorrow's gonna be a big day for us. Just is what it is, man. Season's always weird, so you just got to adapt and hit it on the run.
Tay has talked a lot about that winning mentality. When I asked him earlier about it, he said that, yeah, it was good to win, but he feels like there's still a dominating effect that's needed with the win.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, whenever you win, it's always a good feeling. It's hard to win in this league, but you want to be perfect. I think as an offense, we're trying to always push for that. Just the little details that we could hone in on. If we could get those knocked down, I mean, we could really do some damage. But it's just about us, man. We got to get ourselves right before anything.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Max, good talking to his locker. He's there now.
You've been watching breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.